Okay, I'm more excited for these indie games than Tears of the Kingdom. That's pretty big, right? First up is Sea of Stars. This is the only one that has an official release date of, let me check, 29th of August 2023 is the release date for Sea of Stars. It has a demo out on the eShop and probably on other platforms as well, but I've been playing that on Switch, and it is gorgeous. Oh my god, I have not played a RPG that looks this good ever, but I definitely find this game to be more aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and pleasant to look at than something like a Final Fantasy 16 or 15. It's just to my taste more. It doesn't mean that it is better. You cannot deny that both games are pretty to look at. However, this is my cup of joe. Now, this game is being made by Sabotage Studio, who made The Messenger. Now, Sea of Stars and Messenger are both in the same universe, but they take place at different times, I believe, and they are linked in certain ways. We'll find out more when the game comes out, naturally. Go and try this demo out for yourself and tell me you don't fall in love with it. I will be buying this the day it drops. I am so excited for it. This is probably like my #1 most anticipated game of the year. I also love when these turn-based RPGs have like reactive button prompts in your attack. That's something that I feel like always gets me engaged. I think the writing is really good, and I love the character designs. I think they're so funny and creative. There's one dude that like rips his shirt off and he's like, oh my god, he's super buff. There's one guy with like 2 eye patches. That was adorable. Also the environments and sceneries just feel right. They feel detailed, they feel colorful, it feels like a world, and I can't believe that we're gonna get to play in it. Oh, I'm so excited for this game. I need to chill out. Okay, so the next game that I'm excited for that only has a summer 2023 release date, and I should say all games after this point literally just say, ooh, 2023 and don't have a date, which that doesn't concern me. I feel like they're likely to come out. I feel like indie games usually announce their release date closer to the release. Sometimes they shadow drop. It's just like, hey, here's the trailer and it's out now, because that's the way they're gonna get a big audience, because they don't have huge budgets, so they can't do big marketing pushes for months and months like these AAA games can, and they can worm their way into your brain. Indie games don't have that luxury. They have to sort of build up a cult following. They have to do that like bomb on the night, get people to spend their money as soon as they see it, as soon as it's fresh in their mind. But Bomb Rush Cyberfunk has the luxury of being associated with Jet Set Radio, pretty much. They're not by the same studio. This is actually by another studio that I adore, who did Lethal League Blaze. That game is amazing as well. Go check that out. Love Lethal League Blaze. Anyway, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio, and they are sort of including more than just your standard rollerblades. Also, I saw that they did this like fan art thing where loads of people submitted their artwork to the devs, and the devs picked out their favorites and will be putting it in the game as tags, as sprayable graffiti that you can do in game, which is amazing. But you're also going to be able to do skateboarding, you're going to be able to do free running, you're going to be able to do rollerblading. I think you can even do like cycling and BMX tricks and stuff like that. I'm really excited for this one. I think these kind of art styles really make a game pop. It's also such a unique premise. It's not necessarily about fighting, which I love. It's about, you know, traversal, rebellion, and music, and funky fresh beats. I think also Hideki what's his name? Hideki Naganuma? There we go. He made music for the last Jet Set Radio, and it is so good. It's like some of my favorite video game music ever. And so the fact that we're going to hear more of that going forwards is really exciting. I think he also did some music for Lethal League Blaze, so it's nice to see that relationship going on. I am absolutely going to support Team Reptile all the way. And yeah, yeah, that's one that should be on your radar for sure. Now, this next game, I actually don't know as much about, but it is being published by Devolver Digital, and Devolver Digital have an amazing library of indie games. If you've never heard of Devolver Digital, Google them and check it out. You will find something there that you love. Now, the Plucky Squire, it looks really, really cute. It also looks like it's going to be a mashup. So in the trailer, there was like this reference to Punch-Out, then he jumps out of the book and it's a 3D platformer now. It feels like the game is not going to be tied down by any one rule, and rather explore loads of different genres and teach the player as they go, keeping it all fresh, keeping it all interesting. It seems just cute, it seems really well animated, it seems like a lot of love has been put into this, and I do think that we should keep an eye on it. Metal Slug Tactics. Now, as far back as I can remember, Metal Slug was one of the first games that I played that really sort of stuck itself in my head. I think all I could remember was the prisoners of war sort of running around and doing their animations, and how slick everything looked. It had such a unique animation style. My only pullback when I played it in the modern day was that the gameplay wasn't like super engaging to me. I still found it fun just because it looked amazing and I love the sound effects, but this new game, Metal Slug Tactics, feels like it's going to take all the things that I love and put it into a different kind of gameplay, into a more tactical gameplay, something like Into the Breach, another indie which you should check out. And I'm just so excited to give this a go, because the original gameplay didn't quite tickle my fancy, yet this looks like it's gonna really hook me. Another thing to note is that all these games are going to release day one at a much cheaper price than your typical AAA games. They're all gonna be cheaper, and yet they're all going to be so much more unique and fresh and deliver new ideas and have a lot of work put into them by smaller studios. Like, the love is going to be there. It's easier to support them is what I'm saying. Gunbrella is a game that reminds me of something I played in my childhood. It's because of the movement. I feel like the movement is a big thing in this game. Games with good movement tend to do really well. Movement is just something that's so hard to get right, but when you get it right, it is amazing. It can make or break an entire game. Not much more I can say about this. 2023 release date. I just know that I want it. Oh, I should also say Gunbrella is a Devolver Digital published game. Devolver Digital is basically the Nintendo seal of approval for indie games. That's how I see it, generally speaking. With indies, I never really get that thing where you will spend your money and then feel regret. I do that a lot with AAA games. I don't want to feel that anymore. Even when I buy a AAA on sale, like a good sale, I'll sometimes still feel kind of bad when I'm like, this game's mid. This isn't doing anything new. Whereas even an indie game I'm not enjoying, I can sometimes be like, at least it's different. Leave a comment down below on some indie games that you're super interested for that are coming out this year. And also, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.